here, we trying to digest everything that went on last night. We still trying to get everything. You see all these games that happened? Everything moving around.
Can we get one of these turned on the practice range at Augusta?
The what?
The practice range at Augusta.
Maybe all right, well, I guess let me join you guys then. If you're watching all the games from last night, let's start our show with the very top of the West. This has had all the indications, this game did, of a classic finish between the Lakers and Thunder until a presumptive mistake by an official. The Lakers and the Thunder, this is the second game they played in just a handful of days here. In the first quarter, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, they were making this tough for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, you know, when the Lakers shoot the ball well, which they did both games in Oklahoma City, they are very hard to beat.
The Los Angeles Lakers, thanks to this drive from Doncic, cut into this deficit here. And then Reeves knocks down the three-pointer. Doncic and Reeves, they had 26 points in the first quarter, so the game is all tied up at 43 after one here. So then just under 8 minutes to play, the Lakers down by one. Doncic, watch him here, going to work.
Great defense, by the way.
Makes a tough floater over Isaiah Hartenstein. And then he appears to be talking to someone on the sidelines, but he gets his second technical foul of the game because the refs think that he's talking to him. Here's what Doncic had to say about the whole situation.
I mean, you can see it that happened, but, you know, I never got a fan ejected, never. But if we're going to talk, I'm going to talk back like always. So that had nothing to do with the refs, so I didn't really understand.
Well, you know it's bad when the ESPN.com story is quoting the fans saying, yes, that is exactly what happened.
Great reporting by Dave McMenamin, going to the fans.
Yeah, it changed the course of the game here, Brian Windhorst, because the Oklahoma City Thunder, they were able to close out this one on a 29-12 run to rout the Lakers.
We'll never know what would have happened, but Shea was awesome down the stretch.
Here, what we do know is SGA had 42 points. Here he was after the win.
It felt good. Crowd was behind us. We were getting stops. That's what it's always about for us. That's what it's always about with us. Like, offense is going to go up and down. Basketball's a game of runs, but when we get stops, we give ourselves a chance to make shots, miss shots, get hot, get cold. It doesn't matter. If we get stops and they don't score, we'll be all right.
The Thunder, they continue to show their mettle as one of the best regular season teams ever. They now have 51 double-digit wins this season. That's the most all-time. But it's how they get it done that caught the attention of our detective, Double O Perkins.
I'm Kendrick Perkins, better known as Big Perk, and nothing gets past me. Freeze! Just when you thought it did get past me, there I am. I spy a problem. I spy it all. Carry the hell on. Happy Wednesday, and hello, world. Hey, listen, we saw the smackdown that the Lakers gave the Thunder on Sunday, and all eyes were on last night's game, the rematch in the regular season. Lakers versus Thunder to see how they was going to respond. It was a close game until all of a sudden, the number one, the best defensive team in the league turned up. This is why you bring Isaiah Hartenstein into the lineup. This is why you go and sign him into the offseason. By the way, this is LeBron James, the greatest to ever do it. Meets him at the rim, verticality. And then all of a sudden, a guy that's up for Defensive Player of the Year, Luke Dort, the Dorcher Chamber, woke up last night. The linebacker, look at him picking up old school LeBron James right now. 94 feet, physical size, being physical with him, making them uncomfortable, forcing the turnover, bringing the energy into the crowd. Look at it. Look at the body language right there. You know OKC wanted to get their lick back. All of a sudden, again, full court press. Great job by Wallace. Austin Reeves, he's on his heels. He's crying about a foul. Nobody want to hear it. This is where the Thunders thrive their best, is when they force turnovers and get in transition.
Well, Park, the West, it continues to be wild here down the stretch. The Oklahoma City Thunder certainly a part of all of that. But take a look here at the way that the Western Conference standings looked entering Tuesday night. You can see everyone jockeying for positioning. This is how close the standings were. So let's get into the action because all of this shook up after games were played. We start with the Warriors and the Phoenix Suns here. A solid turnaround game for Steph Curry after posting only 3 points Sunday versus Houston. He had 13 in the first quarter on Tuesday. And then This was a fun little moment here. Watch this, guys. So the Warriors, as Steph Curry's doing his thing, they get out in transition here. Buddy Hield, watch him. He's a sharpshooter, but he elects not to pass to the man in the corner, Steph Curry. He elects to take the shot himself. Okay, it doesn't go down. No problem, no problem. He's open again. He's going to take one more. He hits that, but Steve Kerr just needed to make a quick introduction.
Buddy, Steph Curry, Buddy Hield. I want you guys to meet each other. Say hello to Steph. He's the greatest shooter in the history of the world. Wide open.
You do. He came open late.
I love you, buddy.
He came open late.
He came open late. Sure, we'll go with that. Let's talk about the passing instead.
I mean, that's what Golden State do. It's not just the passing, Malika. Look at the movement without the basketball.
Came open late.
Steph Curry relocating, something that he does best, getting the corner three and a smackdown on the sun.
He may not be there when you call, but he's always on time. Let's check in on the Grizzlies and the Hornets here. A really scary moment in the second quarter. The Grizzlies on the break. Jalen Wells fouled incredibly hard from behind by KJ Simpson. Wells was put on a stretcher and airlifted to a nearby hospital where he was alert and moving all of his extremities. He later posted on Instagram, "Go Grizzlies, we certain." Well, he has been discharged from the hospital here, and it's been a great story for this Grizzlies team. A 28-point effort, though, from Ja Morant. That would be the answer for Memphis in this one. The Grizzlies roll 124-100. And that brings us to Brian Windhorst, the Spurs and the Clippers here. Another solid performance from James Harden with no Kawhi Leonard.
I was at the game. It was a really, really important game for the Clippers because they weren't going to have Kawhi, and they've got pretty much must-win games. They came out with great focus. They knew Chris Paul was going to bring it because he always does.
Always in
Intimate Dome. That's what it's called.
Did you say the Intimate Dome? I kind of like that.
That's
more.
a different place.
Let's take a look at today's electric moment that has nothing to do with the Intimate Dome, brought to you by Hyundai. Remember, it was the Timberwolves who became just the fourth team since my sister was born in 1997 to overcome a 24-point fourth quarter deficit. That was back against the Thunder. The Bucks here were attempting to do the very same thing.
I'm telling you, hey, look, that Kevin Porter Jr. coming in off the bench, being a guy to be able to be a playmaker was huge. Oh, welcome back, Porter.
Yeah, Bobby Portis making an effect in his first game back. Giannis Antetokounmpo dishes it out to the corner, finding A.J. Green for the corner three.
This was a disaster for the Timberwolves. I mean, these are great plays by the Bucks to come back. The Timberwolves were in position to control their destiny. They blew this game in the fourth quarter. 40-13, Malika. Unacceptable that this could happen.
Another Wolves turnover here. Bucks in transition, and Giannis puts an exclamation point on the comeback. An epic collapse, you're right, Brian, from Minnesota. The Bucks get the win 110-103. The Wolves, they were in prime position to take home a much-needed win, leap into fourth place out west. But in the fourth quarter, what had happened was a lot of miscues. Minnesota faltered down the stretch. And after all of that, let's take a look at the standings again. Because the Clippers, they moved all the way up to the fourth spot amongst this logjam of teams at 47 and 32. The Timberwolves